Hey there, everyone. Here I am, Mrs. D, and here you are. Thank you for coming by and checking out my channel and taking a look at this video. This is an update video, and I'm going to talk about Outschool, all Krisp, and life in this video. So let's begin with an Outschool update. So Outschool is interesting right now. Mostly what I want to talk about is enrollments and earnings because that's really what everybody wants to know about, right? So my ongoing classes are going okay. The ones that are popular get, booked a lot. And I've actually seen an uptick in some of those. My little friend is here. I've actually seen an uptick in some of those enrollments as we approach summer. The camps that I've scheduled are going much slower for bookings, but we'll see what happens there. And the classes that I think are great, like I'm like, oh, people really need this these days, are not always what parents are looking for. So remember to do market research and see what parents are asking for, and try to offer along those lines rather than just creating things that you think are amazing. Yes, do that because of course that, you are teaching your passion, so your classes are automatically going to be fantastic because of that. But if there's some way to combine your passions with what parents are looking for, that's definitely the way to go. So today is May 18th, and so far this month I have earned $550, and that's working anywhere from 2 to 4, sometimes 5 hours a day or 5 classes a day. Generally, not 5 classes a day. I generally can't do that anymore. Mostly, it's usually like 3 classes a day. It's a pretty light schedule, so I'm happy with that amount of money. And I'm really hoping that this month I will break 1,000. I do think I will. A couple of my classes have been full, so that, really helps. Something that I've noticed with Outschool is when you look at your stats, for me, the classes that are the most viewed are my top booking classes. So those are going to be the journal writing class, the ongoing paragraph class, the ongoing note-taking class. And there's 2 ages for that, and then there's a 4-day camp. But those are my 5 top views. And I do believe that those are also my 5 top enrollments. So that's an interesting thing to look at. And the saves don't really have anything to do with anything. So keep that in mind. Don't really go by the saves. I would go more by the views. And planning classes for Outschool and getting classes listed has been really, really difficult. I have some things in the works, and I just haven't been able to finish them because of my little friend here. He's very happy. Let's see if I. Oops, sorry, hit my mute button. As I was trying to sit him up so that you can see him. Let's see if he'll be smiley. Hello. Hello. Are you? He's getting big. He's 4 months old now. So anyway, so he makes it a lot more difficult to plan. He actually seems to hate being in here. He's gonna start crying now. He actually seems to hate being in here. So anytime I try to sit down and teach a class or plan a class, he freaks out. So advertising is difficult. Now he's talking. You can't hear him. Actually, if I turn Krisp off, let's see if. Do you hate when I work? Hmm? Do you hate it when I work in here? Do you? You cry every time I have a class, don't you? Huh. And every time I try to do advertising and every time I try to plan, you cry, right? Now he's not going to talk. Oh, maybe you might hear a little bit there. Yeah. And so that's actually a good segue into Krisp. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on now. And so hopefully you've heard the difference there. Um, I have been super pleased with Krisp. It really has saved my butt. as far as teaching. Like he's going nuts right now and you can't hear him. And I have reviewed several of my Outschool classes where I know he has been screaming in the background and he can't be heard for the most part. And if he could, it's not very clear as to what it is. So there hasn't been any complaints or anything about that. So that's great. Oh, and speaking of class reviews, I finally got my first one-star review on Outschool. It was just a one-star review, but there's a couple of things about it, and I generally don't let reviews bother me all that much. But this one came with no feedback, so there's blessings and cursings to that because then it doesn't show up in your feed for your feedback. But at the same time, I'm very big on making adjustments and knowing what I did wrong. And I have no idea what displeased this parent or student so much because I got no feedback even after I wrote to them and asked them for some private feedback about it. I haven't received anything. This was on one of my writing courses. It's the only time I taught it. I taught it to one learner, 4 weeks, one learner. And so there's this explanatory essay writing class that I have now that shows that it's had one learner and it got a one-star review. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. It's the only one-star review I've got, so hopefully people will take that into consideration. Sorry, he's kicking the computer now. Okay, so that's enough about Outschool. I talked about Krisp. Let's talk about Allschool. So I have started listing some more classes on Allschool, in between classes on Outschool, just trying to kind of get the ball rolling, right? And I haven't gotten a lot of response to the listing. I have got one ongoing class that's going on right now, and I did want to talk about the fact of using Classpod. I did go ahead and use Classpod for that ongoing course because I knew the student and I knew it was only going to be like for 4 days, and I wanted to test out Classpod and see what it was all about. So here's some information about Classpod. Number one, the student also has to download it, and I find that to be a little bit of an inconvenience, especially for students who are used to using Zoom. So it might, that's something to consider when you want to save that 5%. Allschool will give you an extra 5% of your earnings if you use Classpod, but it inconveniences the students where they have to download it. And honestly, my student has not been able to get the camera working in the live class. Device testing has been fine, but once we get into the live class, there is no video option, even in their settings cog. So that's been something that we've had to deal with as well. And I have messaged the help desk, and they aren't able to give me any tips to give the student who is 13 or 14 years old. So, I'm able, and it, speaks English. So I am able to troubleshoot with that student, but we've not been able to find a way around it. And the help desk has not been helpful at all. Sorry about that. So that's another thing. Like, do you want the 5% or do you want to have a better class experience? So for me, from now on, I will be going with the better class experience and losing that extra 5%, unfortunately. But it's still better than the Outschool cut. So there's that. Now, Allschool has seen an uptick in ESL classes. Remember, for Allschool, you also have to plan your own classes. But if you are able to plan your own classes and offer some ESL classes, especially I know Qkids is been rumored to being shut down for the summer because of the vacation. So if you're looking to, fulfill those hours, let's sit him up here because he's starting to get a little bit cranky and kick that computer all over the place. Anyways, if you're looking to fulfill those hours that Qkids offers and you can plan your own ESL lessons, I would suggest Allschool as an alternative. I am going to list a referral link in the comments of this video, and go ahead and message me if you need any more information. They have the standard application process where you fill it out. There's no actual live interview. There's a demo, a video demo, and background check, but no live interview. So um, I think that's everything I had on my list today. So there's an update for May 18th, 2022. And please like, subscribe, drop comments, help us get this algorithm pleased and the videos out there. Thanks so much for watching and all my faithful viewers. Life is tough right now, but I'm going to get through it, right? We're going to get through it. Yeah, we're going to get through it. Happy teaching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.